Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to what I believe is the 4th episode of It's Matter of Fact, starring me, Matt. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm MATTtheFUNNYman, and I do comedy and rant videos on the internet. Did I mention I stream? I do that too. I don't know, I'm just thinking of an intro for the thing, and that's what's on my Twitter profile. If you follow me on Twitter, that's what my Twitter profile is. Oh, never mind. I'm a guy that makes jokes and rants on the internet. That's what it was. So I hope you guys have been wonderful today. I hope you guys have been doing alright. I hope you guys are doing good. Because if you watch videos on the second channel, you can kind of see what's been kind of going on the last couple months. In that, I'm kind of glad that I'm now back to closing shifts, because that was one of my main issues of why I haven't uploaded as much, is because beside me streaming, to be honest, I don't think I've announced it on this channel either, is that on twitch.tv/MATTtheFUNNYman, I'm streaming 3 days a week now, and so I wanted to keep a consistent schedule with that. So as long as I can get closing shifts every week, then days that, I don't have to, say if I don't have to go into work till 3 o'clock and I close, I can record and edit a video before I even have to even get dressed to go to work. Versus when I've worked a morning shift, I don't know, usually as a manager, I wouldn't come in till maybe 10 o'clock, so 10 to 6. It's the evening, I'm fucking tired, and I'm gonna eat dinner. Then after I eat dinner, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm tired. And then I just fucking go to bed, and I just wasted my entire day. I ate, or I went to work, ate, then went to sleep. Because I gotta get up in the morning the next day. So for the last 3 months, that has been my life. So, again, I want to apologize to you guys for not uploading on this channel as much as I should be. Because I need to upload more. That was the whole point of me creating this podcast, was to have something to upload when, I don't have anything. So, I'm not going to get too political about what I'm thinking about, but it's gotten down to the point to where I can't even go on fucking Facebook anymore. Twitter's not as bad, but Facebook, I can't get on it anymore. It's Trump, Stormy Daniels sucking dick, Trump. I'm gonna build a wall, Trump. And I'm fucking tired of it. It's Trump. Okay, I get it. I know he sucks. Y'all voted for him. I wanted Bernie Sanders. I was all about free healthcare and free education. But fuck him, right? It's just so much negativity in the world, man. And it's gotten down to the point to where I can't even get on fucking social media. I want to look at memes. I want to look at the new Patrick meme, but it's I gotta go through a bunch of fucking Trump shit and negativity shit before I can even look at them. And it's ugh. And it's funny because I told my wife this as soon as he said, I'm going to run for president. If anyone's talking about Trump, you gotta do a shitty Trump impression. I'm going to run as president of the United States. And I'm just like, oh, well. I turned to her and I said, look, if this guy fucking wins, well, number one, that's going to be bullshit because he has not served in any... He has never been mayor, never worked for Congress, never... Yeah. So, I was like, if this guy fucking wins, it's going to be one... It's going to be one punchline after another for like the next fucking 4 years. And what has it been for the last, what? He got in office like what, 2016? 2018? Or was it 2017? It's been 1 or 2 years. And what has it been? Joke. Saturday Night Live opening sketch. I mean, I don't watch Saturday Night Live anymore, but from what I've read, almost every other opening sketch has been fucking Trump. I don't want to talk about this guy all the fucking time. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about political stuff. Moving on, I want to tell you some funny work shit that's happened to me. When was it? Let me pull up my calendar because I can't remember what day it was. I think it was Friday. No, it was Saturday. Okay. Alright, so I'm at work, okay, guys? This guy approaches me while I'm getting a change for a cashier. So he comes up to me, and I was like, hey, sir, how you doing? He's like, yeah, man, like, all looking weird and shit. He has, like, 20 shirts in his hand. Like some 20 shirts and, like, some pants or whatever. And we're a little busy. It's Saturday afternoon. So, you know, some people are off work. Kids don't have to go to school. So people say, hey, I want to go to fucking Burlington. And fuck, I lost my train of thought. So this guy's like, oh, yeah, man, how you doing? I was like, oh, yeah, what can I do for you? He's like, yeah, I was just wondering. Yeah, he's like, listen, man. Every single time a customer comes up to me and says, hey, listen, man. I'm like, I already know it's going to be some bullshit, but I'll humor you. So this guy says, yeah, I had a situation with my car. Why do they... Well, I'll say that after I tell the story. He's like, hey, man, I got into a situation with my car, and, you know, dealt with my car, and it had a ferret infestation. I'm like, okay, never heard of that before. Being infested with ferrets, that's new. He's like, yeah, man, you know, my car stinks, and, you know, I smell pretty bad, and, you know, you think you can help me out? You think I could jump the line? And I'm like, what? No, fuck off. That's what you know, my brain said. But I was like, oh no, sorry, man, I can't do that, man. I can't have anyone jump the line. And of course, when customers don't get their way, they have to play like the sympathy or kind of calling you out, I guess, to kind of get a rise out of you. So he was like, oh, so I just got to stand in line in shame. And I was like, I mean, sorry, man. There's nothing I can really do about that, man. I can't have anyone just jump the line like that. He was like, oh, well, thanks. Walked away and got in line. And I'm not going to lie to you. This guy did fucking stink. By the time he got up to the front, I walked past him because I was like, I'm going to see if this guy is like fucking with me. Because I couldn't really tell when he was talking to me behind the register. So I walked past this guy. I was like collecting shit like on the floor. And I walked past him and I was like, oh my god, this dude does fucking stink. So my thing is that there's a couple things wrong with this. Number one, I've never heard of a ferret infestation before, ever in my life. Second, why were there a shit ton of ferrets in your car to begin with? And how did they get there? Third, ferrets don't run in packs, or at least that's what I think? Question mark? I don't think ferrets run around together. I mean, unless it was like a family of ferrets and they were all banging each other and had babies or some shit. But then again, you know, they usually, you know, do like, you know, confined places, I guess. And I don't know. But here's the other thing, is that if I happen to find a shit ton of ferrets in my car, driver's seat, trunk, or whatever, my first initial thought after getting rid of them would not be, hey, I want to go fucking shop for some clothes. Like, my first thought would be, how the fuck did these ferrets get in here? Oh, my car stinks. Let me take it to the car wash, vacuum it out or whatever, and let me take a shower. Not, oh, there's ferrets in my car. I need to go get some clothes and pants. Like, it's the dumbest reason. And I've heard some dumb reasons. I've ever been asked, hey man, can I jump the lawn because I stink? Like, do you know how many times I've went to the grocery store or the little supermarket that's up the street from where I live with no deodorant on, a raggedy ass shirt I found laying on the ground, some sweatpants, and shoes with no socks? I'm pretty sure there's been plenty of times I've went to the grocery store smelling like shit, and you know what? I don't give a shit. I'm like, if I'm just going up there to just grab a few things, and I know I'm going to be there for like maybe 5 minutes, I'm just going to be like, alright, whatever, shirt, fuck you, and I'm not going to be there for, that's, I'm slowly losing hope for humanity as we speak. It's just, why? I don't know how many, I don't know if you guys know, I'm pretty sure, because that meme's been out for a while, but that meme where, that one, church guy, he's like, why? That was me the whole time. Why? Like, I don't understand, but that's just me. But that's, I mean, when it comes down to work, nothing else has really been going on, really. Not that I really know of, because hours have been somewhat cut. And I've been working in the mornings. And here's my thing about work in the mornings. I don't know if I talked about this already. I probably have, but why not? This, like I said, when I'm working like 10 to 6 or 9 to 5, I'm like fucking exhausted because we get busy around 11-ish. So the store's already been open for like about 2 hours now, or 3 hours. So we open our doors at 9 a.m. And you would think for a discount retail store we wouldn't be. Well, we would be busy, but not busy first thing in the morning. But there have been a few times where I've came to work to open, and there's like 4 or 5 people standing outside, and I'm like, okay. So isn't, people aren't lining up to get the new Jordans. I'm like, oh, I guess you really want those discounts, man. But, working 9 to 5, 10 to 6, it's like when I get there, we're kind of already busy. So, about 5, 6 o'clock, it's still fucking busy. Versus when I close, so like, if I do a full shift to close, it'll be like 2:30 to 10:30 or 2 to 10 or 2 to 11, 2:30 to 11. It's not really been. I haven't really closed around midnight. That's only been like around Christmas and stuff. But just for the sake of this conversation, 2:30 to 10:30. And about 8:30, 9:30, like between 8:30 and 9:30 is around the time we slow down, and then 10 o'clock we close. So this is my opportunity to say, hey, get the fuck out, but not actually say that. So that's just me. It's like, once we close, then, that last half hour, 45 minutes or so, I'm cleaning the front and whatever. And, I don't know. I just like that because, I don't know. Maybe it's just because the fact that, like, when you close, like, even back when I worked at Giant, I liked closing because, even though it kind of sucked because we were open till fucking midnight. So as a cashier when I worked there, it kind of sucked. But man, when I was pushing carts and we died down like around fucking 10 o'clock, I'm chilling for the last 2 hours. So, I don't know. I've always liked closing because it's like you get to slow down. Like, of course I know you can't really enjoy your day because, you go out into the afternoon, from the afternoon into the evening. You can't really do that when you close, but I don't know. It's just It's just me. Maybe it's just like a personal thing. I'm pretty sure there's other people that rather close. I'm pretty sure there's some people that rather open because they're like, oh, I want to get my work day out of the way. But I'm like, if you're working 9 to 5, that's pretty much your morning, your afternoon gone. So you just have the evening. And, you got like 4 or 5 hours before you probably, go in and go to bed if you're not off. But if you have to go to work the next morning, you're not going to be out till like 2 or 3 in the morning. You got to, wake up at like around 4:30, 5 o'clock to get ready to go right back to work at, 6 or, I don't know. It's like when I close, it's kind of I get my morning and I kind of get my afternoon, but I kind of lose out on my evening. I don't know. That's just me. And I found out some stuff about YouTube a few days ago. Well, not was it a few days? It was like 1 or 2 days ago. And I'm a little. I'm not bothered by it because I don't want to bash YouTube and stuff. But it's. I kind of don't understand. I'm pretty sure, like, you guys have been subscribed to me for a long time. I'm one of those guys that like to ask a lot of questions. I'll be like, I'll be like, when someone's explaining it to me, I'll be like, okay, why is that? And they explain it to me, I'm like, okay, well, how? Like, I'm one of those guys that asks a lot of questions just so I can process it in my brain properly. And, the YouTube people or whoever was like, oh, yeah, we don't send your videos to all your subscribers. We only send videos to people who are the most active on your channel and / or have rung the little notification bell. Now, here's my thing, is that if someone wants to continue to come back to watch my videos, you would subscribe to that person. Say like, there's a guy that does like Let's Plays and you're like, oh man, I love this guy. This guy's a great voice, or, like, oh, his gameplay is great, or he's really informative while he's playing the games. I'm going to fucking subscribe to him. When you subscribe to someone, that means you're interested in what they're doing. So why wouldn't you want to get a notification when they upload something new? Like, and they said the reason why they only send it to the most active users that are subscribed to the channel, and the bell notification, they don't want to send it to everyone that the person, they don't want to send the video out to all their subscribers to quote unquote avoid spamming. And I'm doing finger quotes as I do that. To avoid spamming. Now, I've had a YouTube account for an extremely, extremely long time. About 8 years. I've never once, like, back when when it was just, when it was like rate and comment, not the like button, but, rate and comment, the 5 stars type of shit. Back then, I never got a shit ton of spam. Even there's some people that I've subscribed to and still subscribe to that uploads, 2-3 fucking videos a fucking day, and I never felt like, oh, this person's fucking, oh, this spam. I was never fucking like that. I was like, oh, fucking so and so uploaded another video. Oh fuck, I'm not doing that. Let me watch it. Oh, 3 hours later. Oh, you uploaded a new video. Oh, cool. I got something else to watch. The third video. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. 3 videos. Yeah, fucking. Or a lot of times, if I know someone uploads 3 times a day, I'll wait till the end of the day and just do a little mini marathon watching all 3 videos. I never felt like I was getting spam. Or like when you go to YouTube and this, the little bottom left-hand corner where, it shows like all the, the small list before you expand it. The little list of people that, uploaded videos, they got the little number, I think. Actually, I'm going to go to YouTube right now to check. Because I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to talk shit and then not know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the little subscriptions thing. Yeah, see, it's got like little numbers by it. Like, oh yeah, fucking this guy, you know, fucking 16 videos. Oh shit. Or maybe it's because they don't want to have like 30 notifications. Like, I don't know. I guess maybe I don't fucking know. But I follow a lot of people that upload like a shit ton, even from back then. And I never felt like, oh god, I can't process it. Or maybe it's because of the fact that so many fucking kids are on this damn platform. They're like, okay, we have to dumb it down for the kids. Let's not say, oh, video. Because, you know, a lot of times kids just hit the fucking subscribe button just to fucking hit it. But, like I said, I want to ask more questions like, why do you feel like you wanted to make this decision? Because you felt like it was spamming. If I was annoyed by how much someone was uploading, guess what I would do? Unsubscribe. But then again, who has ever subscribed to a YouTuber that they like and said, oh my god, this person uploads too fucking much. Oh, I can't handle it. Name one person. That's why I annoy people. That's why I've annoyed my bosses when they tell me certain stuff. And I'm like, why? 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 Like, I ask too many questions. It's only because my brain's... I don't know if it's either because I'm slow or I think something's fishy and I'm being smart about it. I don't know. But I'm just one of those people. I like to ask questions. And for that, I'm like, you know... I don't know if that was maybe purposely done. Because it's like, hey, too many people like are making too much fucking money. That's why people's views are getting cut in half. Because some people are like, oh, I haven't rung the bell. You know, to be honest, I've noticed a few declines in views in some of my videos since the new algorithm came out with the bell notification and shit. And it's like, when you ask, oh, how can I fix this? They're like, oh, just upload more. I'm like, well, if I upload more, how's that going to reach my other subscribers that aren't quote unquote active in my channel? See, this is no offense to YouTube, no offense, but this is kind of why I'm a little bit on Twitch's side. You know what I mean? Because Twitch kind of cares about the little guy, but I'm not gonna say YouTube doesn't care, because that would be bashing YouTube. I would say YouTube should care more than they're doing now. Yeah. But that's just my opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, just like an asshole. Everyone's got one. But I don't know. I don't know. When I saw that, I was like, it raises too many questions. Like the Riddler. Too many questions. So many questions. See, I'm 28 now. That's fun. Super fun. I did notice one thing in since my birthday's March 8th, so between March 9th and today, it's March 26th. I have less fucks to give. And my patience isn't as good. Like, just randomly. I don't know if that's just my mind, because the whole time I think I'm like, oh, I'm fucking 28. I'm 2 years away from being, like, you know, I'm going to be in my 30s in 2 years. I'm going to be 30! I'm fucking up there, man. And maybe it's just me. I mean, I'm pretty sure other people have done like this, because when it's been so long and you think back on it, you're like, holy shit, that's a long time ago. Like I was 21 7 years ago. Like, I remember when I turned 18. Like, it's crazy to think. I was 18 10 years ago. And I was young. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm 28 and I'm like, oh, holy shit. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I think it's normal. Like, you know, the higher you get up in age, the lower the fucks you give. Just like when I said about that guy jumping the line, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, no, get the fucking line. Like, no, I don't have time for that. I'm not gonna have you jump the line because you stink, sir. If I'm still working there, I'm gonna be that one crotchety old man manager that doesn't give a shit. And I've now come up with like when people are like, oh, what do you do? Or like, you know, they want to talk about like, oh, what is it like to work at your job? I'm like, it's like working at a pawn shop that isn't a pawn shop. And people are always trying to like negotiate prices. And I'm like, you're such a fucking cheapskate. Get out of here. Like, but then again, I can't be that upset because if I put up with this shit here, I can imagine places like Walmart and Ross, they probably deal way fucking worse. So, but you get fucking cheapskates, man. Like, I got a couple more work stories for you guys. I forgot what, because there's like a group of people that come in the store and they're like scammers, I guess. I'm gonna just call them scammers because there was a made up word that one of the loss prevention guys call them, and I can't fucking remember, but they're like scammers. But he made up like a not like he just made up. He'll be like, oh, clankers are here or some shit, but I'll call them scammers. Is that we had it's like a group of guys, and it was two guys and like an older dude. I guess like he was maybe in his 50s, probably like mid to late 50s. So the cashier calls me over, and you know, they were like all dressed up in suits and shit, and one guy had like. He looked like one of those douchey dudes with black spiked up hair, like, you know, 15-year-old white kids get. That spiky hair look. The kids that have the flame on their shirts and they have the spiked up hair. That's the hairstyle he had with glasses on. And he looked like one of those. He looked like a douchebag. I'm a very good judge of character. And I'd say 8 times out of 10 I'm right. If I'm like, hey, this guy looks like a douchebag, or if a cashier calls me over and like I see a customer at that register, I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's gonna be an asshole. And I'm usually right. So I walk over, I'm like, hey, what can I do for you? He was like, yeah, I was wondering if I can get a discount. I'm like, off what? He's like, these shoes. I'm looking at the register, I'm like, what shoes? He's like, oh, my dad's wearing them. And I look over, his dad like barely holds up his foot. And is shaking his foot in the air. And I'm like, I'm going to need to see the shoes. He's like, oh man, they're scuffed. Can I get, one of your associates said I can get a discount. I was like, okay. I was like, who did you speak to? Because you know it's one of those types of situations that the only person that can say, now, normally an associate on the floor would say, you know, oh, if you want a discount, you're going to have to ask the manager up front. They wouldn't just flat out say, oh, yeah, they can get you like 10, 20% off that. Unless it was like another manager that was on the floor and they spoke to one of them. Then, of course, in that case, they would radio me saying, hey, Matt, we got a guy that's going to be coming up front for some shoes. And, you know, they're pretty torn up, but he still wants to buy them. Give him like 35% off. I'll be like, okay, gotcha. You know, something like that. So the fact that this guy just said, like, oh yeah, one of your associates told me, I'm like, well, first of all, the associates should not tell you that, number one. But, So I was like, okay, I'm gonna see if this guy's bullshitting or not. Because, like I said, I walked up to him and I'm like, this guy looks like a douchebag, fucking spiky hair piece of shit, with a 15-year-old hairstyle. Like, you're a grown man and you have shitty little kid spiked up hair. Like, I stopped wearing spikes on my hair when I was like 14. After that, I was like, fuck, I'll just brush it down, whatever. So I was like, what associate? And this is what this is why you probably shouldn't scam managers, especially when discounts, because if they're a manager, most likely they know everyone on the floor. They know who works where. Like me, for example, I know who works in what department. So he said, "Oh yeah, a guy in men's shoes said I could get 10% off for these scuffed shoes." I was like, "Oh, really?" And then my first initial thought was like, we don't have any male associates that work on the floor. All the guys are either a manager or they work in the back for unloading the trucks. We don't have any guys that actually work on the floor in like the shoe department, Baby Depot, or anything. It's mostly women. So that already, red flag. I was like, okay, I just caught you in a lie. And I could tell this guy's starting to get quote-unquote agitated, and a lot of scammers will probably do that, is that they'll get angry immediately to kind of put pressure on you because you think, oh yeah, I'm getting angry. You're going to have to give me a discount because I'm angry. Like, no, fuck you. You're not getting shit. I don't give a shit if you're angry. Be an adult. Don't cry like a fucking child because you want to be impatient. But of course, they get angry because they're like, oh fuck, I want to get this discount. Let me put pressure on by getting mad. You know what's it? And all that type of shit. So, I kind of called him out on it. But, in a polite way. I was like, I don't remember any males working in the men's shoes. I was like, I know there is someone that works in shoes. Let me get in contact with them real quick. Hang on 1 second, sir. So, I called on the radio. I was like, hey, do we have any, I walked over to men's shoes, just to, fuck with them because I'm like, okay, this guy's wasting my time. I'm going to fucking waste his time. I was like, let me go find somebody in men's shoes department just to, prove you saying what you're saying because, it's, or fuck, what was the word I used? I said, I just need to confirm with the associate that he told you that because I'm not getting in touch with anybody on my radio. So I was like, let me go check to see if I confirm and I can do that for you. So, like, 2 seconds from me walking out, I guess the guy kind of just got fed up because he knew that I wasn't going to fucking give it to him. So, the cashier didn't have a radio on her, so she was like, Matt, but I didn't hear her. And, no, this guy had balls. He heard the cashier call out my name, so he turns around and says, hey, Matt! And I'm like, motherfucker, what? Don't yell out my fucking name like that, dude. So as soon as I turned around, I got on the radio because loss prevention was up front. I was like, hey, bro, get ready to boot this guy out. He's going to try me. He was like, okay, I got you. As soon as I walked up, I was like, yes, sir. He was like, you know what? I've dealt with a lot of business people. You are being very rude to me. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I said, absolutely not, sir. I said, I just need to confirm. Once I confirm, I can be more than happy to give you your discount. I just need to confirm with them first. And, it just goes on a rant about how rude I'm being to him. And I'm like, I'm not. And of course, I'm smiling at him and I'm just being very condescending. I'm just like, no, I'm like, no, I'm not being rude to you. I'm sorry if you feel like I'm being rude to you. Sorry. Then, of course, by then, he told me to fuck off. And I was like, you know what, sir? You have a wonderful day. Have a good one. Then, of course, as they're walking out, I told the loss prevention, I was like, hey, man, remember their faces for me. You might want to get their picture off the camera. They try to scam me. So, yeah, that's pieces of shit like that I have to deal with on almost a daily basis. Pieces of shit. Now, here's another good one. Here's the cheapskates. And a lot of times, especially if we're busy, there are sometimes I'll actually stand there and argue with the customer. Not argue, but do a professional way of arguing to where if my boss were to come up, it's going to look like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So, I'm pretty sure if you guys went anywhere, like a discount store or anything like that, you would see, you know, little sensor things, like little security tags. Now, when it comes to certain items, if they're, you know, a certain price, there'll be a security tag on them. Well, this lady got a bunch of not baby clothes, like, I don't know, like, not like 10-year-old clothes. Clothes for, like, between the ages of 8 and 10, those type of clothes. Well, I had a cashier that was taking off one of them, taking a security tag off one of them, and it had, you know, a little hole in the threading and stuff like that. So, of course, you know, they're like, oh, can I get a discount? And I'm like, these shirts are, like, already, like... So, some of these shirts are, like, between $9 to $11. So I'm like, okay, you're being fucking cheap. And I'm like, I'm not going to take off much. So, you know, I took... But, you know, benefit of the doubt, I was like, you know, okay, you know, all right, you know, whatever. You know, the hole is a little big because it was a shitty-looking sensor. So I was like, okay, you know, knock off 10%, you know, whatever. All right, you know, have a good one, whatever. 2 minutes later, I get called back to that register. There's about a good pile, like 6 or 7 of those clothes. And she says, oh, yeah, sensor put a hole in those too. Can I get a discount for them? Most of them are already marked down to like $8 to $7. And I'm like, like, really? You're going to be a fucking cheapskate. And, like, you know, their bill was, like, already over $100. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to discount this shit. But I'm still going to make sure you're paying over $100 for the shit. So I knocked off, you know, instead of 10%, I'm like, 5%, 5%, 5%. Because, you know, I mean, I know it's a lot of 5%, but I'm like, you know, 10% off, you know, 6, 7 items. That's going to be a lot. So I'm like, I'll do fucking 5%. You know, it's probably not going to be... It's going to take off a bit. It's probably going to take off maybe $5 altogether. $6, $7 maybe. So when I looked at the total, I'm like, okay, $107. All right, yeah, I'll fucking... whatever. Because I could tell they weren't even paying attention. They just knew the fact that I was giving a discount. They didn't pay attention. So I was like, okay, yeah, fuck that 5%. I ain't giving them 10. Fuck that. Because I'm not going to give you like 20, 30% off a little fucking hole that's in your shirt. But those are the cheapskates I have to deal with. But it's kind of like if we weren't I even told the cashier that. That's another thing. The cashiers know I'm real. That's another reason why they like working with me. Because they know if I'm working that day, they're like, oh, okay, I don't have to put up with any bullshit from customers because Matt's going to take my side. Because he sees through the bullshit. Because at the end of the day, it's like... like... managers and bosses will tell you all day, oh, it's all about the customers. It's all about the customers. It's all about the customers. But when I first had my first review with one of my bosses, she said at the end of the day, profit, 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 profit. But I can't let the customers know that. But at the end of the day, profit, 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 profit. So... that's just me. But of course, you know, if we weren't busy, I would have been like, no, I can't. I don't see the hole. Like, I would have started an argument. I'll be like, oh, where's this hole you see? Because I didn't see no fucking hole in any of them. But I was like, it's fucking, the line is so fucking long. People are already complaining. And I already know if I start an argument with this bitch, she's going to hold up the line. It's going to piss me off. It's going to piss everyone else off. So I said, for the good of my sanity and people not having to fucking wait. Because people, like, there'll be customers starting shit with my cashiers. And the people online will get pissed at me and my cashiers. But I'm like, it's not even us. It's this bitch right here that's holding up the line. So, can you open up another register? That's another reason why I'm glad we have so many people during Christmas time, because we have 12 registers. So when all 12 of them are full, they can't use that excuse, hey, could you get more cashiers? Because I've had that happen a few times where it's like, hey, can you open up more registers? And I'm like, well, we have all 12 registers open, sir. We can't open. We don't have any more. You know, sorry. Should have been here earlier. But it's like, yeah, look at me. That's why I usually don't get mad at cashiers when I'm waiting in line, because maybe it's because the fact that I work in retail, so I kind of know that, like, hey, it's not the cashier's fault, it's the fucking customer that's putting them through a bunch of bullshit that's holding up the line. It's not necessarily. Or, if I'm in a grocery store and I'm like, oh my god, this is taking forever, I don't look over saying, oh, the cashier's so fucking slow. I'm like, no, I look at the customer and she's got a whole pocketbook full of fucking coupons and she's got to scan each and every single one of them and shit. Like, and it makes me more upset when it's like people that's like my age or older. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people that are like between like I'm 28, so I'm pretty sure people that are like 35, 40, I'm pretty sure they've worked in retail, they've worked in fast food in their life. So I figured you would think that like, hey, it's probably not the store's fault. It's probably these fucking dumbass people I'm in line with that's holding up a line. But of course they don't think that. I truly think they don't think that. And it just makes you think, like, what if I came to your job and did that shit? I think that's what everyone that works in any type of job, I'm pretty sure everyone's had this conversation with, like, their coworkers saying, like, what if I went to, like, you see how that person treated me? And they'll be like, yeah. And they'll be like, can you, like, oh, but if I went to their job and did that shit, they'd be upset. And they're like, yeah, But there's cheapskates out there, man. Like, what's that one time? It wasn't last Christmas. It was the Christmas before that. And to be honest, I kind of like the holidays, especially when people try to get discounts on purpose. They don't happen frequently, but every now and then when I get it, I'm like, oh yes, I get to ruin this person's life because they want to be a shithead. Is that this guy, like, I clearly saw them because we have a little toy section during Christmas. I saw him take a little remote control truck out of the fucking box, and I'm like, what is this guy doing? I'm like, at first I was gonna call loss prevention, but I'm like, he's got, kids with him and shit. And normally you don't see that many people with kids steal shit. So I'm like, I'm going to hold off on calling loss prevention. I'm going to see how this plays out. Like, as soon as he takes it out, as soon as he takes it out of the packaging, he gets in line. And I'm like, oh, please. I was like, the whole time I was excited. I was like, please. Yes. Please. Soon as he got up to a register, not even a second after he walked up, cashier waved me over, and I'm like, oh, here we go. The guy was like, yeah, can I get a discount? It's off the box. So I'm like, no. He's like, what do you mean no? I was like, dude, I'm going to be honest with you. I saw you take that out of the box. And if you don't believe me, I can pull it up on the video of you taking it out of the box. I was like, dude, don't do it. Don't do that. He was like, oh, I'm never coming back here again. I'm like, all right, bye. Have a good one. I was like, piece of shit. And there's this one old guy who had a picture frame. And he was like, oh yeah, can I get a discount for this? And I was like, what's wrong with it? He was like, there's a scratch. Little ass piece of little scratch. I was like, alright, I'll at least own up to it, because I'm like, all right, there's a little. If there's a scratch and they happen to notice, I'll be like, all right, I'll give you a little discount, whatever. Then he gets in line. Excuse me. So he gets in line, and then he comes up with another reason to give me a discount. He's like, yeah, man, there's the back part on this where you can hang the artwork. It's off. Can you give me more? And I'm like, hold on a second. I had to, because of that, I had to go to security and check the cameras to make sure he didn't fucking break it on purpose. But on the camera, it was a bad perspective, so I couldn't really tell. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just give him 25% off. That'll shut him up. But yeah, it's fucking cheapskates, man. And there's a lot of times where they'll try to There's been a few times I've actually thought this doesn't look right. Or if I've seen an item and it gets put back on the floor and I see it come back up broken, I'm like, give me 1 second. Because there's been a few times where I've actually caught someone damaging something on purpose so they can get a discount. And I'm like, it's not that fucking serious, dude. Why are you doing that? And then when I call them out on it, they get upset. And I'm like, oh, you're only upset because you got caught, dude. Let's not. Come on. It's just fucking sad, man. The people go to... Like, you're already getting a discount because you're buying it from here. If you bought this frying pan at Walmart, you would have been spending like an extra $4 or $5. Don't come here fucking scratched up and then expect more. Like, really? Shoes are usually the worst because there have been... Like, I've even caught some fucking people. Because, you know, we sell Nikes and every now and then we'll get Jordans. But, you know, Nikes... at work are normally, you know, around $50. And of course, 9 times out of 10, they're normally the fucking white ones, the all white ones that have dirt at the bottom. Or, you know, if someone brings up a pair of Nike shoes and a cashier calls me on the radio saying, Matt, I need a discount. And I walk over, I see a pair of Nike shoes, and I'm like, this thing better have a fucking scratch on it. And of course he'll be like, yeah, man, they're a little scuffed. A little scuffed. That's everyone's favorite fucking word, is they look a little scuffed. Look a little scuffed. Look like someone wore them. That's their 2 favorite things. Oh, they look like someone wore them. Or they're a little scuffed. Do you guys take back, like, messed up shoes? I'm like, no, but I guarantee you'll fucking return them when they're fucked up. But 9 times out of 10, there'll be nothing wrong with something. And it'll be over... Usually, if an item's like over $40, they'll try to get a discount for it. Like, if I see nothing wrong with it, and I look at the price tag, I'm like, oh yeah, that's why they want a fucking discount. They don't want to pay $40 for a fucking dress. Versus if they went to the mall, they probably pay $160 for it. So I'll be like, no. Sorry, nothing wrong with it. Especially items that are discounted. I really hate that type of shit. 'Cause they'll be like, hey man, can I get a discount on these shoes? I'm like, oh, they're a little scuffed. I flip over the tag, and I see a red tag. I'm like, oh yeah, that's most likely why it's discounted. Sorry, man. It's already discounted. I can't discount a discount. Sorry. Even though I totally fucking could, but I don't fucking do that because I'm like, you're just being a piece of cheap shit, so... This is my life. Oh. The time will come when I can just tell jokes and stream and stream for a living, and I will no longer have to deal with that. That will be nice. Oh man. But other than that, excuse me. It is like 6 in the morning, so I'm still kind of waking up ish. But that's been recent. Nothing really else has really been going on besides me getting older. Oh, my wedding anniversary. I've been married. I explained this in my second channel video that, you know, me and my wife just recently celebrated our 4-year wedding anniversary. This October will make it 10 years. We met in October 2008, and it's going to be October 2018. So that's nice. That someone has been able to put up with my crazy ass for 10 years. When, you know, in the past I couldn't make a relationship last 10 seconds. So, you know, shout out to my wife. But, that's about it. Nothing else has really been going on, really. If anything does happen, I'll, like, you know, record it so I can remember it later, or, you know, write it down. That's another thing I kind of want to do for the podcast, is that sometimes something will happen and then, like, you know, something else bigger will happen, so I'll forget about the previous thing. So I think if any dumb thing happens, I'll come home and fucking write it down, just so I can be like, oh yeah, and this happened, you know. But man, I got work stories for days, guys. Like, every single time I've done a podcast, I'd say 1/3 of the podcast has been me talking shit about people at my job. But, whatevs. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Click any of these links that will appear, or that have already appeared. You know, the little subscribe button, my playlist for all the episodes of the podcast, and, I don't know, rants. Rants right there on the right-hand side. Rants. Yeah. Rants playlist on the left, I mean the right, and podcast on the left. And subscribe upper right. Yeah, click one of those. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Have a good one.